Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having soda, and tonight I'll be discussing Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. I did receive this physical copy as a gift from one of my followers, but I did download the version off of KU to read it on my Kindle. Of course, I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights and the content warnings. And my rating for this book is 4.25, so what's it about? So this book is about Rosalie, who loves books and fairy tales, even when her father would disappear on one of his searches looking for the Fae and their world in hopes of finding her mother. She was never quite sold on whether or not the Fae were real, but she supported her father in every way that she could, even at the ridicule of everyone in town. But then she finds out he was right and he actually made it to the enchanted realm of the Fae, but has been made a prisoner. She'll do anything for her father, so she follows him in hopes of saving him. Once she makes it there, she makes a bargain with the icy Fae who's keeping him prisoner. She will trade his life for her life, and now he's allowed to go home unharmed while she is imprisoned in this enchanted castle with not one but four Fae princes who are cursed to turn into a horrible beast at night. But just because she's a prisoner doesn't mean she's given up on getting home, and the best way to do that is to help the princes break the curse by helping them find their mates. You would think finding four handsome, powerful Fae princes, their mates, would be easy, right? Well, it would be if they would actually leave the castle to find their mates, so Rosalie's having to get a little creative. But as she spends time with them, getting to know them, she, against her better judgment, starts to fall for the beastly princes. But she can't let her feelings get in the way because it's not just her freedom on the line, but also the lives of the princes and the magic of the kingdoms as well. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.25. I really enjoyed this book and I'm excited to continue the series. Now, I will say this book follows the Beauty and the Beast storyline really closely, but I actually really enjoyed that because it took everything I loved from Beauty and the Beast and made it grown up and changed it in some ways where it felt fresh. What I mean by that is this is a fantasy fae realm book, which I really enjoyed, as well as it's a wide choose book, and I love a good wide choose. So I really enjoyed that. Now, I haven't fully done my research, but I know this is a 7-book series as it currently stands, and I'm really curious with how closely they follow the Beauty and the Beast storyline, how much they got through it in this book. What's going to happen with the future books? Are they going to pull from their own source material? Or are they somehow going to continue those same elements being super prevalent in those books? Or are they going to pull from other kind of fantasy stories that we all know and love? Maybe like Maleficent, because I felt like there was a lot of Maleficent vibes in this book with the Prince of Thorns as well as that ball scene. So I'm really curious to see what they do with the future books. Now, along with this being a wide choose, there's also some of the men matching up as well, and I definitely enjoyed that. We have one confirmed, and I definitely enjoyed their dynamic, but there's another one that has been strongly hinted at, but has not been confirmed, and I have my eye on them because I'm definitely intrigued. Now, I will say, of the mates, my favorite is Caledonian, I believe is how you pronounce it, the Prince of Winter, who is cold, standoffish, and brooding, of course, but I have my eye on the Prince of Thorns as well. Now, I will say with this book, because they are setting up so much of this world, what's going on, and all these different characters, there's not a lot of character development, but I'm excited to see what happens with these characters as the story progresses and how they eventually all come together as one unit, because there's a lot of animosity between the characters. I definitely enjoyed this book and I'm excited to continue the series like I just said. And exciting news is that this book has been picked up for traditional publishing, I believe by Bloom Publishing, and they are republishing all the indie covers, and they are similar enough that you could probably get away without switching out the covers if you don't want to, but I definitely plan to repurchase them because they also have beautiful sprayed edges. I believe they start coming out in November, so definitely keep your eye out. I hope you give this series a try and enjoy it as much as I did, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.